Hey there, Jay Johnson, windowpurchase.com. If you're on my YouTube channel, you can go to windowpurchase.com online, see a list of all my videos, my background, my expertise, whatever, how long I've been doing this, and I built it as an educational platform to give you real content. And of the 3 books I've published, the last one that came out is Shopping for Windows 101, which ties directly back into my website and a lot of the videos that I put up. So what I want to cover right now is, let's say you're going to get some new windows or doors. You're going to do what everybody else does. You're going to have a local guy out. You're going to call a big brand name. And you're going to call what's heavily advertised. That's basically the big 3. So you've casted a net out. You're dragging these companies in. You're hoping or assuming that you're going to get good, credible, truthful information. No. Why? Because most of these companies are designed to sell, not to educate. Most of these companies are designed to come out and do these long-winded presentations. So my question to you is, are you getting a presentation or are you getting an education? And I know this to be very true because in about the 22 years I've been doing this, it's very common where when I consult with a client, a lot of people hire me off of windowpurchase.com as a consultant, and I start asking them what they've been experiencing, and even in the home, is, well, the guy was out for 2.5 hours. The guy was out for 3.5 hours. The guy was out for 4 hours. And I'm asking them right out of the gate a few what should be simple questions, and they have no clue what I'm talking about. No clue. So if you just got done with a 4-hour presentation and I ask you 3 questions you can't answer, you just got a presentation. You didn't get an education. And that's the problem. People have told me time and time again they learn more from me in about 30 minutes than multiple people that have been out for 2 to 4 hours at a time during those presentations. So think about this, because this is pretty sad. And this is what drives me to do this. It's not like I really get paid to do this. I'm trying to put information out there and hope it sticks. If you've had 3 companies out and each guy was there for 4 hours, there's 12 hours. And then you usually wind up doing a couple hours of research on the internet. So let's say now you're up to 14. Now maybe you drove around to 3 or 4 showrooms. That takes time to drive. Then you have time in the showroom. By the time it's all said and done, let's say you have 20 hours invested in this. The problem is when you start shopping for windows and doors and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to ask, you don't know what to look for, you're just hoping the right information gets to you. But you don't even know what the right information is, and therein lies the problem. So after all that information, you have somebody like me come out, or you call me on the phone and we do a consultation, and I'm asking you a few questions, and you're like, you know what? I've had like 3 companies out, I've gone here, I've gone there. Nobody talked about any of this. And people tell me time and time again they learn more from me in less than 30 minutes than having multiple companies come out and doing all their own little research. The difference between you and me is simple. We both want to find the gold. We both go out and we got shovels and we're both going to start digging. The difference is I know where to dig. You don't know where to dig. You're just going to start digging all these holes and you're going to hope you find gold. That's why, well, if you get the book really puts you on track, because the book gives you very, very specific questions to ask any company that comes out, regardless of what type of framing material they're selling. And then a lot of those questions tie right back into the website and the videos to watch that correspond back to the questions. If that's not enough, call me and hire me for consulting. Most of my consultations are an hour or less. I've had a few that are 2 hours, but rarely is it over an hour. And what I do is I send you a window report card. It gives you a track to run on. It tells you, hey, this is what you need to go and get. Then you get back to me, then we talk about it, and I'll give you a list of my recommendations. So that's the question you have to ask yourself, and that's the premise of this video. Are you getting a presentation or are you getting an education? And there is a huge difference. One of the things I tell people a lot is a famous saying by Mark Twain. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so. And I see way too many assumptions being made when it comes to buying windows and doors. And keep this in mind. Windows and doors, windows mostly, because most people have a lot more windows than they do doors, but they serve the same purpose. 70% of your heating and cooling is related to your windows. according to the NFRC, and the NFRC is who does all the testing for windows, doors, and skylights. So that's not from me. That's from a leading authority on windows, doors, and skylights testing. It's also responsible for most of your noise level in the house from outside, and any degree of fading of your floors, carpets, furniture. And keep in mind, when you put in a better window or a better door, which is really considered high performance, it's going to add to the longevity of your furnace and your air conditioner because they're not running as often or kicking on as often. Because when they dispense heat or cool, it's being contained within the house much longer, so they don't have to run as often. Anyway, put a lot more thought into what you're doing on windows and doors because they serve so many important functions throughout the house, but it seems like to be the cheapest thing people like to go cheap on. They'll spend $70,000 on a kitchen remodel and then gawk at 15 to 20 grand in windows for the whole house. So anyway, I'm Jay Johnson at windowpurchase.com. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to do more. Look for more in the future. Thank you.